All right, so I'm making this video. This is content. There's other content that I have made to discuss this, but I'm making this video sort of separately for some Facebook groups that I'm a part of because this isn't self promotion. This is more warning. Um, excuse me. Um, and what I mean by warning is uh, there have been scams that have gotten people in trouble. I'm not in trouble. I'm not scamming people, but what I'm saying here is there are there has been a scam for a number of years where people have um, basically gone and somehow, I don't know how they do this. Apparently, it's easy to do it, but they um, get the information on a person's property and they are able to somehow get their hands on the deed and then put the property up for sale. And there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of people who have had their homes sold out from under them over the last decade or so. And it's a crime. It's nothing to laugh at. It is a major crime. But I heard this rumor a couple of weeks ago that it had happened, or it is happening to churches. And now a friend of mine just had it happen to his church where somebody was trying to sell. And luckily, basically, the bank stepped in and kind of realized things weren't kosher. So it's not so much that the place, I think in my other video I had said it was sold out from under him. And honestly, it wasn't. It was almost sold out from under his church. But what happened is uh, the group came in, somehow was able to finagle the situation where they were able to say that they owned the property or that they represented the group and they were trying to sell the church property. And I know that there are things, I get them almost all the time. In the last few years, I get calls or mailings or emails asking if we are willing to sell our property. Our property, the church I'm on, we own a good portion of land, and it was actually gifted. Portions of the land were gifted to us by previous members of the church who owned that land. Um, but we have a good portion of land, and we are a historic church, and so we could easily fall into that. But like I said, this is twofold. This is something that just came up, and so I'm really making this to warn pastors out there about this too. Is make sure your finance team is checking all the money in your records, because the other thing that is going on is historic churches, because for the majority, not all of them, I know in my area in the Northeast, a lot of historic churches have, I think they call it legacy endowments or legacy giving. It goes by different names, but it's basically like, because of the age of the church has put that money in the bank, and there are funds. I know of a friend's church that has that kind of money, that has a couple of $1 million in the bank for just different things, so that they can have benevolence and repairs and different things taken care of as needed. But there are other churches that are legacy, like my own, where we don't have that kind of giving. And, it's basically week to week. And so we are planning to have a business meeting tomorrow. And what ended up happening was um, my trustee went through the money and came to discover that for almost 2 years there has been an amount just over $100 that has been taken out. It is going to a bank that is connected in the Wisconsin, Minnesota area. And the bank now is doing the due diligence, telling the authorities and different things about this. But as the trustee said, this wouldn't have been known if we weren't doing the business meeting. He is an older gentleman, and I love him. And, he feels bad that he didn't catch this. And, it's just one of those things where I think we can laugh, we can joke, we can make all sorts of things about positions we have in churches, but honestly, we have some kind of governance for a reason, and we need to be aware of what's going on. And if we're not, this sort of stuff can happen. I don't know if we're going to be able to recoup the money that we've lost, but yeah, just be aware that this sort of stuff is happening, and do your due diligence. Let your people know. All right, that's all I've got to say. I figured it was easier for me to put this in a video than just uh, uh, you know uploading the other video, which was more of a branding video. But anyway, talk to you later.